Welcome to Lead with Clarity. This is a space for leaders who want to grow without losing themselves in the process. Each episode is a short reflection on leadership, influence, and the inner work that shapes how we show up for others. Not hype, not noise, just clear thinking for the journey of leading well. Today's episode is entitled The 100% Standard: Why Absolute Principles Are Easier Than Almost. Here we go. There's a line I keep coming back to. It's from Clayton Christensen, one of the great business minds of the last century. He said this: "It's easier to hold your principles 100% of the time than it is to hold them 98% of the time." Let that land. Your first instinct might be to push back. How can absolute be easier than almost? That sounds like the harder path, not the simpler one. Sit with that a little bit longer, though. Christensen wasn't talking about perfectionism. He wasn't talking about rigidity or inflexibility. He was talking about a very specific kind of leadership discipline, the kind that most leaders don't discover until they've already paid the price for not having it. Here's what I've seen in 30 years of working alongside executives and coaching leaders at every level. The ones who lose their integrity rarely lose it all at once. It doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happens in the small ones, the moments that seem almost trivial, the ones where the voice in your head says, "Just this once. The circumstances are different this time. Nobody will know. This one doesn't count." And that's exactly where Christensen's insight cuts deepest. The moment you decide your principles are negotiable, you've opened a door. And doors that open once rarely stay closed. Here's what most people miss when they read this quote. They hear it as a moral instruction: be principled, do the right thing. But that's not what Christensen was actually saying. He was making a strategic, almost clinical observation. He was saying that consistency is cognitively easier than exception making. When you've already decided in advance, without the pressure of the moment, you don't have to relitigate the question every time it comes up. You've already answered it. The leader who says, "I don't lie to clients, full stop," never has to calculate the cost benefit in the room when they're tempted to. The leader who says, "I hold this value 98% of the time," is in a constant negotiation with themselves, and that negotiation is exhausting and corrosive. Here's the reframe I want you to carry forward. Your principles are not a list of preferences. They're not guidelines you consult when it's convenient. They're decisions you make in advance, in the quiet, before the pressure arrives. The leaders who sustain their integrity over a career don't do it through sheer willpower in the moment. They do it by removing the moment of decision entirely. Think about the people in your life and career who you trust completely, unconditionally. I'd be willing to bet that what you trust most about them isn't their intelligence or their skill. It's the predictability of their character. You know what they'll do before they do it. And that predictability is one of the most powerful things a leader can offer the people they lead. And I'll add this, because I think it matters. We're in an era where leaders have access to more data, more tools, more analytical horsepower than any generation before us. And that's a gift. But the question those tools cannot answer is the one that Christensen is pointing to. What do you stand for? And what won't you trade? No algorithm resolves that. No dashboard surfaces it. That's still yours. So here's the reflection I want you to leave with today. What are the principles you've decided to hold 100% of the time? Have you actually named them, written them down, committed to them when the stakes were low so they hold when the stakes are high? Because the leaders who last, the ones who build something that endures, aren't the ones who compromise cleverly. They're the ones who decided long before the test came.